Hello Young Justice fans, Dark Superboy here with another video on our favourite superhero series. Today we're going to be discussing some of the key events of yesterday's episode, being the final reveal of the anti-life equation. Let's begin. Okay, so I'm going to skip on the Terra and Dr. Jace madness there and just go straight on to the main point because we know this will be affecting future episodes to come, and that is we finally know what the anti-life equation is, and it's a slight deviation of what the comics are because the comics were the control of all living souls, and they've just replaced soul with free will, the removal of free will from any conscious living being to be completely submissive to the person that's done it, aka Darkseid's going to do this to the universe, and Halo is the key to that. But how is Darkseid going to do this? Well, we've already seen the machine that he intends to use, and I think this is a planet-wide or maybe even star system-wide effect, because as already mentioned, Desard and Granny discussed it wasn't fully complete, and the effect was only small, but still a good show of knowledge for them. And I can't believe I didn't spot that the machine's effect on Superman and all the others was just the same as the X-Pit. So instead of transporting everyone to the X-Pit, which would have taken a long time, what they're going to do is bring the X-Pit effects to the rest of the populace. So machines dropped, Halo's most likely in the center of it, the field expands, generating the effect of the X-Pit, all those on the planet start suffering, Halo activates the effect and removes their free will. Bing, bang, boom, you've got a planet that is entirely submissive to your whims. And then obviously you just move on to the next system and the next system and the next. And all the while your army is not taking many serious losses except for getting to planet side with the machine. And then you've got the entire population willing to fight for you anyway. So that's how it's going to be done, slowly, one at a time. I don't think it'll be galaxy-wide because that's just too OP for my mind. It's and I don't think Greg would do that. That's how I think it's going to be done. And there are a few bits of hope for resistance, mainly magic users, as we've already seen. People who use magic whilst in the X-Pit are slightly protected. Mind you, I've only got 2 examples of this, but who knows? So we could see the House of Mystery, Tower of Fate, Atlantis being able to resist the effects and therefore put up a more of a resistant fight. However, they will be fighting the entire population of Earth and its heroes and its military, plus Darkseid forces. So I think it's going to be more of a resistance based than a full-on battle, if it is ever used on Earth. And then we also have anyone in space, not in vicinity of it, will be able to run convoys or refugee convoys in the middle of space, less likely to be caught by the effects of the machine, unless Darkseid drags it around, but he can just use his fleet to try and take out those pockets of resistance, and those resistant fighters can't go to any planet which the machine is on to get at it because they will immediately succumb to its effects. Another key point is there's only one, thank God. There's only one of these machines because it's taken so many rare elements to create it. The chances of getting a quick replacement for it is unlikely unless they're making multiple of these things, and I don't think so. I think it's just the one. Please let it just be the one. So if they destroy it, it's a stopgap or a delay at least, because the effects are permanent, as Granny has determined. Other potentialities is also if you remove the key to the machine, and that means Halo might permanently be dying this season. I hate to say this, but if it's the free will of the galaxy versus one person, heroes being heroes, they're going to have to make that call, and Halo might have to make the ultimate sacrifice here. Even if they manage to escape Apocalypse or Darkseid's forces with it, they're going to hunt her down like mad because she is everything, and they're going to develop all their forces to gain her back. So yeah, I think she's going to do the right thing and maybe sacrifice herself so the rest of the universe may remain free. Unfortunately, because of her regenerative abilities, I'm not quite sure how you're going to do that, save decapitation or atomization, which means if there's a quick cut push come to shove and you need to vaporize a body quickly, that might mean extreme heat, which might mean lava, which might mean Brion actually is the one to kill Halo, which would just be heartbreaking. Back to the conversation at hand. So yeah, how would the team find Halo? And that is obviously going to be Sphere can track Halo and Victor can boom tube. So put those two together, you're most likely going to be able to find her. And finally, on to the last point, which is the light. And the light now knows about the anti-life equation, so that answers my previous video of whether or not the light actually knew about the anti-life equation at all. But Vandal's reaction of the words anti-life equation, he snapped the tablet, does mean he might have a faint clue, or he might have just been pissed off that he's lost a key player here, he's just been duped. So whether or not he's going the team and Light and he are going to try and do a more secret takedown of Darkseid, or Vandal's just going to go full on Warworld and try and take him down, which is not a good idea, because depending on how much time has passed between last episode and the next episode, we might see a lot of people already converted to the effects, namely a bunch of heroes that have been travelling around disrupting Darkseid's plans if they can get their hands on them. Anyway, that's my thoughts and theories on the matter. I would love to hear your comments. I've been Dark Superboy. This has been a video on Young Justice. Please like, comment and subscribe. And as always, let hope burn bright. Goodbye.